This video is for heterosexual women and any woman who is attracted to men. And this video is also for men who are attracted to men sexually and physically. I have to be honest, there are men out here who love men more than women love men. And I don't mean technically LOVE love. It's more like the lust kind of love. LUST. And there's a lot of men out here who say that they're straight and that they don't want to date a man. They're not interested in a romantic relationship with a man, but they love a man's penis. They love men sexually. They crave to be with a man sexually. I'm talking about those kind of men. If you are with that type of man, it does not matter if you ask him if he is gay or bisexual, because his answer to you will be no. And the reason why is because he wants to make you think that he is a man, and more specifically, a heterosexual man. And I repeat, this message is for heterosexual women and women who are attracted to men romantically and sexually. And this message is also for men. Men who are attracted sexually and physically to men. This video title is Your Man is with a Man. My name is Giselle Wallace, lesbian life coach and author. I know that a lot of women like to think that their man is straight because he physically looks like he only likes women. And I'm referring to women who are biologically assigned at birth as female. The men that they date, that they sleep with, that they marry are not who you think they are. And this message is not intended to put fear in anyone, as in the sense of making you paranoid or making you feel as though there are no good men in the world. However, this video is a teaching perspective for you to understand that you have to stop living in a circle, a bubble that makes you think that what you see is what you should believe. The world is not what you think it is. people are people. And there's people who are not heterosexual. And what I will say about men who are attracted sexually to men and who are sexually involved with men behind closed doors, they will not tell you that they are gay, and they will not tell you that they are bisexual. As a matter of fact, they have lied so much about their sexual orientation that they don't even believe themselves anymore. And when I tell you that you need to stop getting caught up on labels, you need to stop that right now. And what I mean by labels is gay, bisexual, straight, heterosexual, down low. Stop worrying about the titles. Of course, we use titles to categorize and to define things, people, and whatnot. I understand that. And I'm not telling you that they are not important or realistic, because they are. But what I'm saying to you is that when you speak to a man and you ask him directly if he is gay or bisexual, and he tells you that he is not, then you should accept that as truth initially, because every woman should ask questions. And who she asks the questions to, it's up to them to be honest with you or not. You are not responsible for a person being honest with you, but you are responsible for taking responsibility for your own life. So if you are dating a man in the early stages, because this is when it should happen, you should ask questions. Not saying on the first date, but if you're thinking about being emotionally and sexually intimate with the person, and you're wanting somebody to enter your body, yes, you need to ask questions. And I also recommend that you get tested for any STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, before engaging in sexual relations with anyone. Now, I don't condone or support people having sexual relationships with people who they are not married to. However, there are women who are married to men who are not faithful sexually to their wives. However, when you are with the person and you are married, you still can go and get tested, and you can still continue to ask your partner questions. It never stops. So get out of the fairy tale that once you jump the broom and say I do, that you no longer have to worry about your partner's sexuality. No, that's not true, because a person can deceive you for a long time. As a matter of fact, they want to deceive you and get married to you, because then they think they have made it, that they've scored like a touchdown. But even in marriage, you continue to learn each other. It does not stop. You have to ask the serious questions, and you have to develop trust. This should happen before you get married. And trust is a process. So don't ever be so quick to get ready to get married or get into bed with somebody who you do not know. You have to ask the serious questions while you are dating. And a serious question is, When you decide you're ready to be serious with this person and you want to date this person or you want to have sex with this person, you are needing to ask, not you should ask, you are needing to ask this person about their sexual interests, their sexual attractions. Now, let me be clear. This does not mean I'm not saying that you need to get a body count. I'm not saying that you need to know how many sexual partners they've had in the past. No, that's not really necessary. But if they decide they want to share that with you, that's up to their discretion. But finding out who this person is sexually attracted to is what you need to know. Because whoever they are sexually attracted to, that will never end. Sexual orientation doesn't come and go like the wind blowing, it stays. So if you are sexually attracted to the same sex, you are sexually attracted to the same sex. That's what you need to know. I really don't think asking a person, are you gay or are you bisexual, is really going to lead you to knowing for sure if this person is gay or bisexual. And the reason why is because people are focused on meeting their own needs. In the early stages, they're not really concerned about how you feel. They're more concerned about how they feel. So people can be extremely selfish. So in the early stages, you still need to ask this person, who are you sexually attracted to? Are you sexually attracted to the same sex? That person now has the opportunity to be honest with you or to lie to you. You are not responsible for a person being honest or dishonest, but you are responsible about your own life. So when that person, you ask, if you are a woman and you're asking a man, are you gay or bi? And he says no, and you accept what he says is truth, that's perfectly fine, because he could ask the same question to you. Are you a lesbian? Are you bisexual? And then you would answer him yes or no. And he would accept what you say is true. But that's not the end. Dating, if you understand what the prefix of the word dating means, it means data. That means that you are getting detailed information about a person. That means you have to get to know a person. You have to study a person. You have to observe, and you have to be careful about who you allow into your heart and into your body. So anyone can lie to you. That's easy. As a matter of fact, it's easy for many people to do it. But what's not easy is proving yourself to be who you say you are. I am speaking about character. So you're going to need to pay attention, ladies, at all times. And you are needing to use your God-given intuition. You do not have intuition for just the fun of it. Use your intuition. You don't always need to see or hear everything. If your intuition is telling you that this man is lying to you about his sexuality, believe it. Dr. Maya Angelou, rest her soul in peace. One of my favorite quotes by Dr. Maya Angelou is, when somebody tells you who they are, believe them the first time. Now, you might say, well, Giselle, you said, if I ask as a woman, this man, if he's gay or bisexual, and he says no, what if I find out later that he is gay or bisexual? Well, then now you know he lied. And you're not responsible for his lies. He's responsible for his lies. And he's also responsible for the people who he lies to. So don't let that bother you too much. You just move on, because it's not the words that he spoke, it's his actions. So you found out who he was, and you need to believe it and move on. Move on with your life. Your man is with a man. If he's with you and he's sleeping around with other men, he's not sexually faithful to you. And if he is not sexually faithful to you while you are dating him, he will not be sexually faithful to you when he marries you. He may try to convince you that he'll change. Let's get married. I'm going to change. But that's his game. Because let me give you some insight about men who have sex with men in secret. They like to call themselves DL or on the down low. These guys will never admit to you that they're gay or bisexual. As a matter of fact, they'll tell you that they're straight. But why is it that they can say that they're straight or heterosexual, but they won't say that they're gay or bisexual? Straight or heterosexual men are not sexually attracted to men, and they don't have sex with men. And vice versa. Heterosexual women are not sexually attracted to women, and they don't have sex with women. That's why they're called straight or heterosexual. Gay or bisexual men or pansexual men, they are sexually attracted to men, and they have sex with men. Lesbian women are sexually attracted to women, and they have sex with women. So the titles are real, they are important. But the point I'm trying to make is that don't rely on a title to be told to you from a person, because they will deny a title. And it does not matter if they don't want to label themselves or if they do want to label themselves. I don't get caught up on labels, because what you need to get caught up on is their behavior. Their behavior will give you the truth. If a man is having sex with a man, he is having sex with a man. He enjoys having sex with men. Matter of fact, he probably likes the man sexually more than a woman likes a man sexually. I know you hear about men have testosterone, whether they're feminine or masculine, they have testosterone, and they have androgen, which is the male sex hormones. They have the physical anatomy of men. They are still men. And scientifically, statistically, it has been proven that men have a higher sex drive than most women. So, with men being even physically stronger than women, and having a higher sex drive than women, they are going to have sex with men. And no amount of women that they can date or be with sexually is going to change the fact that they are men who are sexually attracted to men, and they are men who are sexually and physically involved with men. Marriage does not change that. If a man is having sex with men, if a man desires to have sex with men, him being married to a biological woman does not change that fact. And the church, with this whole ex-gay, ex-homosexual, and you can be delivered and you can be changed, all of that dogma is from Satan. I'm speaking to you directly about this because you are being lied to. And Jesus says that Satan is the father of lies. So it doesn't matter if you heard it from the preacher. He might be having sex with a man and you don't even know it. So people and what they say to me, I'll listen to you. Yeah, I'll listen to you. And what you say to me is what you said to me. I'm not responsible with another person lying to me or telling me the truth. They are responsible for whatever they say and whatever they do. I'm not responsible for them. I'm responsible for myself. I'm responsible for Giselle Wallace. And ladies, you must listen to your intuition. You don't even have to tell a man that you had a dream. You don't even have to tell a man if you saw him in the sexual act with another man, because there are women that find these men having sex with other men, and these women will never tell you. And you know why they don't tell you? Not because they're afraid of you, not because they think you'll change and be heterosexual, not because they have a hatred for homosexual people. It's because they're wise enough and smart enough to move on with their life. You are not the man. Whoever is for you, ladies. You don't have to be obsessed about watching his every move. No, you don't have to do that, because you'll find out who he is. And you will also find out from other people. Because let me tell you something about these men who secretly have sex with other men. They like to play straight. And they like to believe that nobody knows that they like men, but somebody already knows. And if you say no, they don't, the man that you're having sex with knows. And you don't know what that man who you're having sex with is doing. You don't know who he's talking to. You're not Superman. You're not invincible. If you are a man and you're lying about you being sexually attracted to other men, and you're lying about having sex with other men, you are responsible for your own lies. But when you are sleeping with other people, whether it's a man or a woman, you're also responsible for their lives. You are playing Russian roulette with your own life. And people think about, oh, if I get an STD, I'll just go to the clinic and get a shot and I'll be all good and I'll be well. There is so much more at stake than a sexually transmitted disease. Now, there are some sexually transmitted diseases that you can't cure. You won't ever be able to get rid of. And there's also another type of STD, and it's called a spiritually transmitted disease. See, people don't talk about that. I am a spiritual person, and I believe in the Most High God. And when you are having sex with another person, it's not just a physical sexual act, it is a spiritual act. You are taking on the energy of another person. And in most cases, you don't even know who you're sleeping with. And there's also spiritual transformation. Sex changes people. And if you don't believe that there are demons, sexual demons that enter your bodies, well, you heard it here first. But if you don't believe me, you can read about it. It's in the Bible. So while you're going out and you're thinking that you're invincible, you think that no one will ever know, God knows. And there's people who know. And you are putting yourself in a very dangerous position to the degree that some people will harm you. Because if you give this person a sexually transmitted disease, or if you give, or if you cause a woman to become pregnant and she has to carry your child and birth this child into a world, and she has to deal with this man who is sexually promiscuous, sleeping with men and women, he is not being responsible with his own life. So being responsible with the child is a very scarcely devoted commitment that most men will not take on, because they know that they're not ready for that type of responsibility. So you're involving another soul. When you actually create a child, you are bringing more than just another being in this world. You are bringing another soul in this world. And if you are not responsible enough to take care of another young soul, then you don't need to be having sex. And really honestly, it really is, it's actually very irresponsible to go out and just allow your body to be sexually used. It's, your body is the only one that you'll have. And I don't care how fit you are. I don't care how many muscles or a six pack you have. I don't care how tall you are or how attractive you think you are or how attractive other people have told you are going to get old one day. If you don't get old, then you know what they say, you won't live long. So all of this getting caught up in your physical appearance and thinking everybody wants you and whatnot, that's vanity. That's conceit. You don't have to go out and have sex with all these people. It just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make any sense. What does it gain you? If you really just sat down and you would think, if you would use your head, the one that is above your shoulders instead of the one that's below your navel, you wouldn't be so quick to run out and play Russian roulette with your life. Let me tell you something, and I'm speaking to both men and women. There is nothing attractive about a promiscuous lustful person. There is nothing attractive about a person who has a lot of people in their pocketbook, their black pocketbook. Well, nowadays that's what they used to call it. Back in the day was your black pocketbook, but in your cell phone now, your smartphone. Or men used to say, they used to write the names down in a notepad, or if they had a headboard, they would write the names of all their sexual partners on the headboard. I mean, just sit there and think about that. What is so impressive about it? And there's nothing attractive about a man being sexually promiscuous. There is nothing attractive about a woman being sexually promiscuous. And if you think it's so attractive, I want you to tell the next person, not someone who you just are ready to just have sex with as a one night stand. I want you to tell someone who you actually think is a really good person, a respectable person. I just want you to tell them about all of your sexual partners and about how you love to just have sex so much. Just tell them, and just have a big smile on your face and say, yeah, this is how many people I've had sex with. This is how many people I plan to have sex with. Just do that. I'm sure you won't do it. You know why? Because that person that you're looking at, that you respect, that you think is a good, valuable person, you don't want them to think less of you. So if you're so concerned about someone else and how they view you, why you don't love yourself enough to respect yourself, to respect your body? Just think about it. Use your mind. It's not funny, and a lot of men who have sex with men and they lie about it, they are they are out of control. Their lust has overtaken them. They are having multiple sexual partners, or even if they have one sexual partner, they have to feel like they have to have this constant release, and they have deceived themselves so much about who they are that they have lost their identity, and they are quick to say that they're straight and that they're heterosexual. Heterosexual men period, men can read other men. And this is why these down low men, these closeted men, these men who say, oh, I don't like men, I wouldn't date them, I'm not romantically involved, I romantically and relationship wise only deal with women. Yeah, they'll say that, but if you're having sex with a person, that's a relationship. It doesn't matter if you don't have feelings or emotions for them. If you are with a woman and she's sleeping with another man and she tells you, oh, I don't deal with other men emotionally or romantically, I'm only with you romantically and emotionally, and I'm only with you sexually until you make me mad, then I go out and I go and be with another man sexually, but it's no emotions involved. I just like to go and sleep with other men sometimes. If a woman told you that, then you would not want to be with her anymore. So what makes you think that anybody would want to be with you? And even a man who is with you, even if a man who is with you that is sexually involved with you, and he is a man as well, he doesn't want to hear about you going around having sex with other men. Yeah, he may tell you, oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool if you go out and be with other guys. But he doesn't really like that. But see, as long as you can have your cake and eat it too, it's all right. But when the tables are turned, you don't like that. You need to be single. And being single does not mean that you can be sexually involved with other people because you're not married. Truly being single means that you are not having any type of sexual relationships and you are working on yourself. You're working on self-improvement. Just like you like to be in that gym or in the garage working out, getting big and working your abs and your legs and your arms to look good for whoever. You need to be working on your mind. You need to get in the word of God, because this life is temporary. This physical life is temporary. Why let your life pass you by? You don't even know the life that you can have because you're living a life that is a life of deception, of pain, a life of emptiness, loneliness, and a life where you are constantly seeking validation from someone else who can never give that to you. You need to find yourself. You need to be in self-control. Work on yourself. You don't have to be with another person. As a matter of fact, you will not have a healthy, prosperous, long-standing relationship with another person if you are not healthy within. It's just a lot of people getting involved with other people who are not healthy. Your man is with a man. And the only reason why your man is with the man is because he is not at peace with himself. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share my content. Listen to this video again to make sure that you process it and take the message seriously. Implement what I'm saying to you in your life. This is for both men and women. My name is Giselle Wallace, lesbian life coach and author. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for listening.